Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and along with the brand new hero reveal with the Junker Queen, we also got a look at the second brand new hero coming to Overwatch 2. Alright, so you ready for the gameplay? Here it is! Did you catch it? Did you see? Let me just play it for you one more time. So you see that little blue fox right there? That's it. That's all that we have for the brand new hero. But you already know I'm gonna pull a stylosa and make a 20-minute video analyzing that 4-second clip. Obviously, I'm not gonna be doing that. But what I wanted to do for this video was to more or less catch people back up to speed of the theory for this hero. Because when this hero first came about, it really was just a possibility that this could be a playable hero when Kanezaka released at the end of 2020 when Jeff Kaplan was still working at Blizzard. But ever since then, there's been lots of contextual clues released by Blizzard themselves, whether it's within Kanezaka or with other gaming company interviews or blog posts from the Overwatch team. You can kind of tell the story of how this Fox Ninja hero fits within the hero roster, but more importantly with Hanzo and Genji, and how there's a possibility that they could be related. But furthermore, you can also kind of contextualize what the hero is going to play like in Overwatch 2. So the first thing that we can talk about is the quote-unquote gameplay of this Fox hero, which I hesitate to call a gameplay because it really doesn't tell us much about this new hero. Basically, there's this brand new fox creature running throughout the whole entire map of Kanezaka, leaving behind footprints and creating these Japanese towers of the same color. And then after creating this admittedly beautiful scene, the fox completely disappears, which is why I don't think this fox is the playable hero, but I don't think anyone was putting on the tinfoil hats and saying that it was. But this clearly means that this is either going to be the ability or what I think is going to be the ultimate for this Fox hero. And this is literally just me putting on my film theory hat, but that Fox clip was conveniently placed right after Ash called in Bob, and Bob is obviously an ultimate that just charges forward without having that second thought, and I think the same could be said for this Fox with maybe a little bit more intelligence and thought as to why they're charging forward. But clearly this new Fox hero is going to have a heavy influence on how this hero is played. Is it a more greedy ability where only the Fox hero benefits from it, or is it going to be something where it helps support their teammates? Well, it actually does support your teammates if you look closely, because if you look at the feet of the teammates that's running in the same path, the same direction as the Fox, you see that their feet are green, and that's the effect that happens any single time you have Lucio's speed boost within Overwatch 2. So this leads me to believe that this is some sort of supportive ability from the Fox hero that not only is applied to her, but the rest of the teammates that follows this Fox that is just running down this path. Now, even though this is clearly some sort of support ability, that doesn't automatically make her a support hero, because Soldier 76 has a support ability with his healing station. But just thinking about it logically, this is literally the only premise as to why I think she's a support hero other than this ability is the fact that we need a new support hero. We already have Sorgen, which lots of people are upset that she's a DPS hero, but we have so many DPS heroes on top of Sorgen that to make this Fox Ninja hero a DPS hero, oh, that'd be so brutal. Unless Blizzard wants to make more people angry, this should be a support hero in Overwatch. And other than that, we don't really know anything else about this hero. We don't know how much HP they're gonna have. We don't even know how this hero is gonna look. We don't know what weapons they're gonna use. Actually, we kind of do know what weapon she is going to wield. Why don't I talk about the lore of this hero, because this can also give us insight on not only the story and how this hero fits within the hero roster, but also how she's going to be played. When Kanezaka first released, there was a post made by the Overwatch team of this letter written by this woman named Asa. Now, on the surface, it might seem like Asa is the name of this brand new hero, but if you look closely at the context of the letter, you can see that this woman is writing to her husband named Hakai Toshiro. I hope I pronounced that right. It might be Toshiro Hakai, but either way, it's a woman writing to her husband, and in that letter, they talk about their daughter. And in my theory, I think the daughter that they're referring to is the playable hero, where Asa and the husband are just like characters to help further tell the origin story, as if it's like Ify helping telling the story of Orisa. But the husband is a very important character that can help contextualize how this hero even uses weapons in the Overwatch gameplay to begin with, because because he is a bladesmith for the Yamagami Blade Company, where he makes blades for this group, I'm guessing the army of Kanezaka, that is named Hashimoto, and they're constantly getting their shipments stolen from this gang of thieves. And she further explains these thieves, saying, "You making beautiful work for undeserving pigs, I who train the scions of the Shiro Shimada, forced to turn my swordmaster's blade against my own. The children of this town grow into adult with the brutal, thoughtless Hishimoto to determine what is good or bad. I'll daughter among them. It is dangerous in this city now." And my guess is that the mother is just completely oblivious as to what her daughter is getting mixed up in, because what I'm guessing is that the daughter is a part of this violent gang, stealing these shipments of weapons, of these swords, of these traditional Japanese weapons to use in their gang. And this theory is even more confirmed when you look at an interview with Game Informer around the same time, where they went into this room where they saw a silhouette of a hero that looked like a fennec fox that also had a four-sided weapon, which was somewhat similar to like a shuriken used by Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII, but much thicker. So based on all that information, it's clear that this fox hero is obviously going to be using a fox as an ability, but also probably a shuriken, like maybe some sort of like throwing knife of some sort, but along with that, probably a katana. Now, it could be just like what Genji uses whenever he melees, where instead of using his fist, he just uses a knife, but some sort of like traditional Japanese weapon that she probably stole from her own father. And even though that can help kind of explain how the weapons are used of this hero, it doesn't explain how this holographic blue fox just spawned out of nowhere. But if you let your mind just run rampant a little bit, if you just think about it, what else can just create a creature out of thin air? Well, Genji and Hanzo, they both can just create dragons while using their ultimate. And my thought is, average people can't just spawn foxes or dragons unless you have the Shimada clan blood. And that's why I think this fox girl is somehow related to Genji and Hanzo, because, well, one, she's able to create just a fox out of thin air, but the other reason is because this girl has to be tied with the Shimada clan somehow. And obviously the husband is making blades for, I think, the Shimada clan, but I think an even better theory that can help tie the heroes or their children better is because at one point, Genji got banished by the Shimada clan and has all this pent-up anger and rage within him. And throughout Genji's journey of basically trying to find a new family, he stumbles upon either the Hashimoto clan or this gang that is stealing weapons that is being ran by his cousin, because I feel like Genji just can't just stumble into an organization without having some sort of ties, and I feel like that's where this girl can fit into his journey of trying to find a family, is actually having family blood in this new organization that he joins. But then he realizes that this is an evil gang and doesn't want to be a part of it, so he leaves the gang, but not after he steals the blade that he acquired from stealing shipments that was talked about in that same letter. And after stealing that blade, that's when he finds Zenyatta, where Zenyatta trains him. Because you have to remember that Zenyatta doesn't wield a blade, but Genji is still somehow one of the best blade masters of all time. And I feel like that's only possible if he's a part of a gang where he learns how to wield a blade, but with Genji, where he learns to wield his mind. I literally just floated down the conspiracy theory river, but that's what makes for a good story, but more importantly, a good character. And it's also something that we've just seen in storytelling before, where one organization is really good, where the other organization that is somehow related to the good organization is evil. And I think that's what Genji and this distant cousin and Hanzo can help represent, is the good, which is represented by Hanzo, the evil that could be this cousin, but also Genji just trying to decide what is good and evil. And then he finds Zenyatta and realizes, oh, well, everything's bad in this world. But if you learn to accept it, that is the first step of accepting yourself. That really didn't make sense. I tried to seem wise. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this new Fox hero. Hey, I was able to make like an 8-minute video from a 4-second clip, so give me some props now. But hopefully you got informed on something new that you didn't already know beforehand, or at least got reminded of something that is really super exciting. I mean, it's awesome whenever we get to see new heroes. I just really want to see what this hero is gonna play like within Overwatch 2. But until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch and Overwatch 2 videos to come. And bye.